Hello, low, 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 everybody. All right. Today's video, let me make this a bit smaller. Today's video, I'm going to be talking once again about Kit Wallis. Well, a little bit, because she made a post that I just saw like literally a few minutes ago. Okay. Is this gonna work now? This keeps like. Wait, no. Short. Like the problem with Instagram and Meta is that the people who run it are really, really dumb. There we go. Like 12 minutes later, we finally got logged in. Okay, is that anything or is that? Oh yeah, by the way. Oh yeah. There's paper. That was about schizophrenia, by the way. It's like papers or something. Yeah, they never replied to this. I guess I'll just delete that, but it's okay. They're having another sale. Okay. Oh yeah, I sent this to Spidey. Anyway, he's probably not going to get back to me, but that's okay. Yeah, she still hasn't gotten back to me, as you can see. I sent her both the videos. Still hasn't gotten back to me, but that's okay. All right, so here, let's actually click on her account here. So yeah, 50K subs, 50.3K followers, not subs. That's YouTube. But hold on, how many subs does she have on YouTube? Let's see. Let me go ahead and see. That's nice. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Did I even spell that? Yeah, okay. Oh, schizo. Never mind. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was kind of cool. Nuts though. 60K. Okay, so you get 60K on YouTube. Right, okay. So, okay, yeah. Here's her channel. You can read this if you'd like. 0.3%. I guess so what did it, I did have people like I like what she's trying to do. It's just that you gotta be careful, especially when you have. I mean, she doesn't have a huge following, but pretty big. I mean, 60,000 subs. That's a lot of subs. Hence why I'm making this video and the two videos I made in the past about her posts on Instagram specifically. So, all right, today. Okay, so today we're talking about meds. Okay, medication. Now, before I give my opinions and thoughts on medication and taking medication for mental disorders, I should point out that I've never taken an anxiety medication. Okay, so like I've mentioned this before. I do have a bit of a manic edge. Like I've had a number of hypomanic episodes. It's been a while, which is good, I think. Well, now that my diet's more under control and certainly I think my experimentation with psilocybin mushrooms has definitely helped regulate my mood. So that combined with probably diet and the fact that I'm trying to exercise more regularly, I think is probably explains why I haven't had a hypomanic episode. It's been a number of months. For a while, they're happening like once a month, or sometimes like even like once every 2 weeks, maybe. Anyway, been a while since I've had one though. But I am hyperverbal when I'm functioning, so that a lot of writers, people who are hyperverbal, have a bit of a manic edge. Anyway, Jordan Peterson talked about it one time. But anyway, this video is not about Jordan Peterson. But so because of that, I used to kind of struggle with being hypomanic again. It hasn't, not lately, but I have taken lithium, which I suppose is not a medication, but is it technically? I mean, it's a supplement, I would think, which is like different than a medication, but calling it a medication, that's pretty accurate. I mean, yeah, that's accurate enough, I would say. But so I have taken that. Although the thing is, like, I was taking quite a low dose because each capsule was like 1,000 micrograms, right? And typically people take, I think it's between 600 and 1,200 milligrams. But I think that's people who have like bipolar. So that I actually have like manic episodes, not hypomanic episodes. I've never had a manic episode. No, hold on. Oh yeah, that was cool. Human brain cell. But let's see, what was I guess we'll say typical dose of lithium for someone with bipolar disorder. I think it's 600 or around 1,800, something like that. I mean, it depends on. Yeah, okay, 600 to 1,800. Okay, so it can be even higher than I thought. Right, so divided into 2 or 3 doses. So anyway, but I would take like 3 at a time, or I feel like it did help a little bit. But yeah, so I've said this before. I may have cyclothymia. In fact, I suspect I have cyclothymia, which is a less severe form of bipolar. It makes sense with what I know about myself and my mood and all that. So anyway, so I used to take that, although again, my mood has been better lately, certainly. I really think most of that is attributable to my experimentation with an investigation. Well, my experimentation with psilocybin mushrooms, and as a consequence of that, my investigation into my own psyche and how my mind works, and my past as well, different memories and stuff. Anyway, but okay, so I have taken lithium for some time. I tried that for at least a couple weeks, like taking it every day. Usually, I would take like 3 to 5 a day, I believe is what I did. Is that right? I think so. But yeah, and then also I somewhat recently purchased NAC, N-acetylcysteine, from Amazon, and because apparently it's helped a lot of people with TTM or trichotillomania or OCDs. I mean, apparently it seems like specifically for trichotillomania, it can be very helpful for people. And so now I started taking that, and it really helped. It didn't take long at all it didn't take a week or anything. It pretty much immediately helped. But lately, I haven't taken it lately because honestly, I haven't been. That's true. I really haven't been struggling with trichotillomania lately. Hold on, I just noticed. Like, it hasn't just been it's been a number of days since I mean, like a little bit. Like, even now, if I just do this, like, I kind of want to pull it, but that's weird. I'm just now realizing, like, it hasn't just been a little bit reduced. It's actually been pretty significantly reduced, like, the urges over the past several days. Anyway, so I haven't taken NAC in a little while, but I have taken it. I took it at least, I don't know, like 5 times. Anyway, so, and that's, I think, also technically not a medication, but a supplement. So anyway, say that to say, I've never taken like an actual anxiety med, like Prozac or one of the other ones. Gosh, I should know them. I need to study them so I can, well, at least know basically how they affect most people and how they work. But Prozac, what else is there? There's benzodiazepines, but so one of them starts with an X. Xylitol. No, xylitol is I want to say it's like a sleeping medication or something. Anyway, speaking of that, okay, well, I have taken melatonin as well for sleep, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I will still take it. A number of my past few videos have been recorded at like 2, 3 in the morning, or like one of them was like 4 in the morning. So I still have insomnia sometimes, but I'm working on it. So yeah, those are the only things that like I take sometimes. And well, up until pretty recently, I've also been taking Benadryl, so diphenhydramine for because allergies. But lately it's been a lot better. I mean, I've been sneezing some, but it's not bad enough to where I need to take anything. Anyway, so that's my sort of experience with medication. I don't really have much, but I mean, if you consider lithium, low doses of lithium medication, which I don't really consider. I think it's a supplement, right? As well as NAC, which that I think is 300 milligrams per capsule, I think. Hold on, the bottle's right here. Let me check. Just to make sure. Let's see. It is. Where is it? Let's see. Oh, it's over here. Okay, no, 600. Okay. Yeah. 600 milligrams per capsule. So yeah. And apparently it's interesting because for NAC, it's interesting because for some people it doesn't work if they just take like one pill a day, or even two, so 1,200 milligrams a day, like maybe splitting it up into once in the morning, once at night. But if they take like say two pills in the morning and two at night, so 2,400 milligrams total, like it helps significantly. Like it basically cures their trichotillomania. So that's so interesting to me because that suggests that it's a threshold issue, right? So it's like you give your body a certain amount of NAC, which by the way, from what I understand, what it does essentially is support. Gosh, I'm blanking out. What is it called? It's a similar thing that methylene blue does. Metabolic activity, or let me just look it up. It has to do with metabolic activity in the brain, I believe. In the body. Oh yeah, that's right. It's an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory agent. Glutathione. Hold on, I didn't know that. Antioxidant to fight cell damaging. But I thought it had to do with, or maybe I was getting it mixed up with methylene blue. Maybe that's what it was. It detoxifies. Oh yeah, liver function. I didn't know that actually. I did a bit of research, but I guess not enough. I mean, I knew that there wasn't much risk to taking it, but well, shoot, maybe I should start taking this again. I mean, I don't really need it. That's the thing. Like my TTM has been like way better lately, but yeah. So, but actually, I just realized not too long ago. It has been better. Some days it has been kind of bad. I just remembered, yeah, because not like 4 days ago it was kind of bad. Got decently bad, but anyway, maybe I'll start taking it again. Shoot, I probably should actually, just to see. Thing is, I just don't want to have to like rely on it. Anyway, right. Maybe I'll take it for like a month and then we'll see if we'll go from there. But all right, back to the video. Back to this. So that's my experience with medication. Okay, now I'm sorry that was like 10 minutes long, or yeah, like 15 minutes long. 16 minutes. Let's look at this post and kind of analyze it. All right, I have the bipolar type of schizoaffective disorder, aka a combo of schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, and I take a lot of medication to treat it. So how often do I fall off my medication? Honestly, I don't, but it's not that easy to explain why. So bear with me. When I was in high school begging for care, I finally got myself a slot of time with a psychiatrist, one I would later have for nearly a decade. And because I was begging for that care, I was also begging for medication to help my brain, right? So let's see. So when I got it, I took it and never stopped taking it. Okay. So let's break down this statement. Now, first of all, I just want to say medication can be life-saving. I mean, it can be great. It can be necessary. Now, overall, if you would ask me, like I'd say I'm not a big fan of medication. But sometimes, yes, like it's necessary. I mean, what Jordan Peterson was talking about, you can watch the video. It's called Advice for People Who Are Depressed. He was saying, like, if a person's dead, I mean, this is funny in a way. It's not funny, but, if a person's dead, you can't really help them, So, like, that's the thing about medication, It's like, if they're so depressed and so disconnected from themselves that they're suicidal and then they kill themselves, well then, okay. Like, you can't help them. So, yes, like medication can be extraordinarily beneficial. But as far as I can tell, it should only ever be a short-term solution. It should never be a long-term solution. This is why I have a lot to say about this, I suppose. And so I took it so when I got it, I took it and never stopped taking it. Look, I'm not going to claim like I understand schizoaffective disorder extremely well, because I don't, but I have watched like several of her videos and read a number of her posts, so I know a thing or two about it, because she is an advocate for she's trying to educate people about schizoaffective disorder, and so I guess that's that. So, okay, no matter how manic I got, which did happen, I never quit taking my medication. I never went off my meds to test if I still needed them. Okay, so this is interesting. I mean, because Like, okay, so immediately what comes to my mind is Michaela Peterson, the person that comes to my mind, and her story. And if you've watched her recent video, which she made, that was an update, or it's not that recent. It was, I guess, a few months ago now. But the update on Jordan Peterson and his health and their family. Go watch that video if you haven't. I would say she talks about how she used to be on medication because she used to have really bad OCD, and some days would be like hell. But she would keep taking the medication because she thought, well, if my symptoms are these bad, are this bad on the medication, they would be even worse if I was off the medication. But I mean, go watch that video and listen to her story, because it's so bad. Like, it's so, the ways that doctors just like tell you they're safe, but the truth is, like, you can have withdrawal and there are symptoms, there are side effects, and it's not rare. That's the thing. And Jordan Peterson developed akathisia. It's horrible. It's a horrible condition. But the thing that's even worse is it's not uncommon. Like, it's not like rare. A lot of people experience these horrible symptoms, because doctors, I guess, aren't educated themselves, and so they tell their patients, yeah, it's safe. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's probably not. Like, and so it's a tricky thing, right? It's a tricky thing. It's not just like, oh, it's, for whatever disorder you have, take this medication for this amount of time, or, like this amount, at this amount, after this long, stop taking it and you'll be fine. Like, it's tricky, right? But, so that's, I'll just say that's what comes to mind whenever I read this, I think of Michaela Peterson and her story, because it's like, oh, I'd be even worse if I, like, you're doing really bad. You're like super manic and you're like, crap. But then you're like, well, it'd be even worse if I was off my meds. It's like, not necessarily. Maybe, but not necessarily. So, yeah. Just kept taking them, and will keep doing so as long as I am able. Now, let me just say too, if some people may know this, but Kid has gone on record saying that, I mean, she's made it clear that she pretty much like keeps having to switch medications because eventually some other symptoms will appear after a certain amount of time on a particular medication or set of medications, and so she'll have to switch like every couple months or every. I guess it varies, how long, but she's gone on record saying that. So I just want to mention that. Now, again, this is a very complicated thing, so I'm trying to be careful with what I say. But, okay, so, and yeah, okay, and then, so how often do I fall off my meds? Never, and that's the truth, whether you believe it or not. I mean, I believe it, but I don't think that's necessarily, well, I'm not sure that, look, I don't see how, I can't see how medication is ever the right or the best, maybe the best long-term strategy for any mental disorder. I can't see how it's ever the answer in terms of a long-term strategy. Short-term, yes. Sometimes, yes, absolutely. But long-term, is it ever the best strategy? I don't think so. I can't see how. I mean, okay, so let's see. Let's talk about something else too, which is chakras. Now, I made a post about this a little while ago. I'm gonna share it. Now hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you this. I'll go here. I guess just looks better. This right here. All right. Particularly this. Oh, I can't highlight it because it's a preview. This is, look. All right. So, like, Chakras. Okay, so let's talk about that. How does this relevant to this whole thing? Well, okay, so I mean, if you read what I just showed you, you probably understand. It's like, thing about medication is it's changing brain chemistry essentially, and maybe chemistry in your body, right? And okay, there's another thing I could mention, which, should I go ahead and mention that? Maybe I will. Okay, so I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but I think the first video I made about Kit, they say that, like, because people have suggested, what if these voices are like demons, or let's just say like malevolent spirits? And people say, well, if that's the case, then how come when you take medication, the voices go away? The voices go away when you take medication. So it can't be that. But oh gosh, what's his name? There's a psychiatrist on Instagram I recently found. I'm not going to be able to find him because I'm not. Oh wait, am I following him? Maybe I am. Wish I could remember his name because he made a great point, and I mentioned it before. What's his name? Doctor something. Where is he? You can see everybody I follow. Is it him? Yes. This guy right here. Now he's interesting. He seems to know what he's talking about, but he's an interesting person. Targeting psychiatry unfiltered. Anyway, so this guy, Dr. Lado, replied and said, let's see, where was I? There we go. And said, I'll just leave it right here. Let's see. He compared it. He made this great comparison. Yeah. So he said, the fact that, and this is so true. This is brilliant. This analogy is brilliant. The fact that medication like nulls or gets rid of the voices for someone who has schizophrenia does not mean that there's not at least a spiritual, potentially demonic element to schizophrenia, in the same way that anesthesia doesn't prove that, what is it? That no, hold on. What was it? I'm blanking out now. He made the analogy of anesthesia and consciousness. So it's like, yeah, I guess that is what it was. Anesthesia doesn't prove, just because anesthesia makes someone lose consciousness doesn't mean that like consciousness doesn't exist. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like, that's just a brilliant analogy, because it's like, exactly. I mean, it's like, oh, you have medication makes symptoms go away. It's like, yeah, okay, well, anesthesia makes consciousness go away, but that doesn't mean consciousness doesn't exist. Like, it does. So that was just like a spectacular, yeah, like I said, a brilliant, truly like brilliant analogy. So if you're one of those people who makes that argument, think about that, because I don't think there's a good counter argument to that. So anyway, and so, okay, right. So back to chakras. Let's talk about chakras again. So medication affects the physical body, right? This is the problem. We have chakras, right? And we are both physical and non-physical, obviously, because astral projection, but also, I mean, what is it? I heard once, apparently, maybe this is not true, but the person who told me this, I don't see why they would have lied to me. Someone told me that, this was several years ago, that one time doctors like measured how heavy somebody who was about to die, they like, I don't know how they did this, but like measured how heavy their body was. And the moment that they died, like the physical body gave up, essentially, they died, their body became lighter, almost as if the soul is real. Like their body literally became lighter. Like, I don't know how much, but I would guess like, I don't know, a couple pounds, but I don't know. But it's like literally the person became lighter at the moment after, once they died. I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe it's not true, but like I said, I see no reason why the person who told me this would lie to me. So yeah, but regardless, I mean, we are both physical and non-physical beings, right? I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about Benjamin Davies once again. Just a great guy. Need to finish reading his book. I've only like just started it, but The Shape of Knowledge seems like a fantastic book so far. He talks about how the one thing we cannot doubt is that we're self-conscious, right? Okay, so how does self-consciousness emerge or arise? Maybe is a better word. Through the interaction between the objective physical brain and the subjective non-physical mind. It's the interaction between those two that produces the phenomena that is self-consciousness. And so, what that means is that the nature of self-consciousness is self-referential and therefore inherently paradoxical. Now, anyway, there's a lot more to say about that, but I've already talked about that in other videos. And Benjamin Davies has talked about that as well, so I won't get into that. But the point is, we have a physical body, but we also have a mind, which is like our psyche. You could say soul. You could say that. A non-physical part of us, right? We're spiritual beings. And so, keeping that in mind, the reason why medication, like I said, as far as I can tell, it's never a good long-term strategy is precisely because of that fact. Because medication is only... it's affecting the physical body. But we're not just physical. We're split in two because, by the way, that's the only way a paradox can be directly experienced. That's the only way we can directly experience a paradox is for us to be split in two. So that's pretty fascinating. Anyway, when Benjamin Davies laid it all out, like it blew my mind. Honestly, it blew my mind. Like it just flattened me when he laid it out, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's just incredible. But yeah, so that's the thing about medication. That's why I have such a problem with it. Not as a short-term solution, potentially, but if like nothing else works and you really need like to get someone out of deep depression, like suicidal depression, fast, like yeah, okay, use medication, please. Like again, if they're dead, you can't help them, so remember that. But as a long-term solution or medium to long-term solution, I have such a problem with it, and it's precisely for the reasons that I laid out. I mean, like I hope I'm articulating this clearly and concisely. I'm trying to, and I guess precisely as well. But it's a tricky thing again. But hopefully, what I'm saying is making sense. So, I mean, that, again, it just all comes down to the fact that we're not just physical beings. Like, we're not merely like robots just with brains that we just like walk around and. No, like we do. I mean, I believe in free will, for example, and like I think if we were just physical beings, we wouldn't have free will. But because we're also spiritual, and we have a mind. Again, we're self-conscious. Which again, that's how we know that the world is not just facts or just matter, but also that the world is not just all inside our heads, and there's no physical reality. How do we know that? Well, again, Benjamin Davies explained this so well, because of the one thing we can't doubt is our self-consciousness. And how does it arise? Because of the interaction between the physical and non-physical. Subjective brain and the objective brain and the subjective mind. It's like, there you go. So that's something to think about. But anyway, so that's the thing about medication. It's like, again, sometimes it's necessary and should be used. But again, I can't see how it's ever an effective or good or the best medium to long-term strategy. And again, it's simply due to the fact that we are also non-physical. See, I'm trying to think. I could look at some of these other posts. This is a pretty good post. Like, this is interesting. I don't think I've watched that video, but I recently watched one of her videos. I forget what it was, but what is this right here? That's fair. See, good for her. She's trying to make quality content. That's good. So here's the thing. I'll be honest. Like, I'd love to talk to this girl in person, or woman. She's actually 30, which I keep forgetting that. Like, she looks like she could be a teenager, but yeah, she's in North Carolina. I live in South Carolina. So So we're not too far away from each other. Though I think it's like, well, the place she works at, which she mentioned one time, I looked it up and it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes away from my house, I think. So I don't know. She probably lives, or no, yeah, she said she lives very close to that, where she works, actually. I think she said that, like 5 minutes away or maybe 10 minutes. So she probably lives like a little less than 2.5 hours away from me. Yeah. Like 2 hours and 15 minutes, probably. Yeah. I don't know for sure, but, yeah, so, oh yeah, that's just that. So, yeah, but I'd love to talk to her. Like, Kit, if you're watching this, like, I don't know if you ever get time. I know you're busy and you have YouTube channels and Instagram and all that. But if you get time, I'd love to, like we could do like a podcast episode, or just like sit down. It doesn't even have to be like that formal. Like we could go to a park and we could just talk. Like I would love to, honestly. I'd love to, especially because like, well, I don't have schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder. I do have OCD still, although it's not as bad as it used to be. And I know she at least sometimes has OCD, so I can relate to you on that. But yeah, like I know there's things you don't know that or things that I don't know, and things that you could probably tell me that would be good. So anyway, I don't know. I'm just saying, Kit. I mean, I'm down if you're down. I mean, we'd probably have to both drive pretty far, but. I mean, I don't know, like low key, I'd be willing to drive like 2 hours. Maybe if you'll, I'm like acting as if she's watching us. If you'll drive like 20 minutes, then yeah, so I can just drive like, I'll drive 2 hours, or I may as well just drive the whole distance. I don't know. But anyway, I'm down for that. Like if there's a park or something, I mean, I'm totally down to like have a conversation, talk about anything I talked about in this video or, I mean, pretty much anything, I think you're a cool person, so I'm sure she's not watching this video. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if she watched either of my other 2 videos. She never replied to me on Instagram, so who knows? But, yeah, I guess I'll send her this video too, maybe. Yeah, why not? Maybe she'll finally respond to me. But anyway, again, she's probably busy, but all right. But yeah, so I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? I don't want to make, this video's already been like, half an hour or longer? Yeah, 37 minutes almost, but. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about that. But what is that? Oh, a new subscriber. Lady DJT? Lady DJT subscribed to me on Instagram. I mean, on YouTube. Interesting. Yeah, I'm slowly getting more subs. I'm at what, 324 now. Yep. Yep. Cool. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, shorts are doing pretty good. I just keep making shorts about my cat. Oh, look at that. I got over 1,000 views. 10 likes, not too bad. It's just me doing vibration bass. Anyway, this video is so like all over the place, like all my videos, because I'm ADHD. But yeah. All right, let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to say about the medication and Is there anything else I want to say? I don't think so. I think that's it. I mean, I don't know a ton about medication. I know that, again, I learned this from Michaela Peterson. Often they put on the label stuff like may cause restlessness. And it's like really what that is akathisia. They call it restlessness. It's like that is so, oh my gosh, it's insane. It's crazy. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's absolutely horrible. But yeah, it's like people need to know, That's the one reason she made that video. She said, like I don't want to make this video, but also I do because a couple reasons, I mean, yeah. And that was one reason because like people need to know, like this is the truth, and doctors are like, yeah, it's safe, and it's like, haha, boy. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. I guess I don't know. on this video just with this diagram. I got ChatGPT to make this more symmetrical. See, it's still not perfectly symmetrical, but oh wait, no, this is the old one. Hold on. Oh, that's right. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up the new one. Oh wait, is that the old one or the new one? This is the new one, right? Or hold on. Yeah, this is a new one. So yeah, I got ChatGPT to make some more. Now it's blurry, which is interesting, but I guess you can still read it. So yeah, here's the new, now symmetrical TBP model. I like it. Other than the fact that words are kind of blurry, but that's okay. It's honestly fine. I mean, you can still read it, so it's cool. So yeah, I like this. It did a good job. I was like, oh, good job, ChatGPT. But yeah, so here's what it looks like now. I think it makes a lot of sense now the way it looks. Like the words look bigger and compared to everything else. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this could still be bigger and some of these words still could be bigger maybe, but I don't know. I like it. Maybe I'll change it again a little bit, but we'll see. So yeah, and then I guess let's see. I'll also put. Shoot, why not? The formula. Where is it? Oh, got this little mic stand here on my desk. Fingers are not. Come on, dude. Oh, there we go. Is it here? I know. Hold on. Come on. Why is it like being weird? Yeah, the 5-step formula. Where is the bloody thing? It's only on my freaking. That's annoying. Okay, no, it's on. That's right. I took a. Hold on. What? Hold on. I have it. It's on my phone. That's right. It's on my phone and then it's on Facebook, but it's not downloaded on my computer. So wait, let me see if I'll just show the formula here. It's on my Facebook. So yeah, may as well go ahead and do this. Whoa. Okay. How about no? I guess that. Here we go. So, oh yeah, I should change this to the updated one. Anyway, I should probably make a new post with that. Anyway, where is it? Here it is. Yeah, this is the finished version, I guess, of of the formula. So yeah, and then I'll scroll down a bit so you can see the notes, 2 notes down here. But yeah, whoops. So I still think this potential importance of using hypnosis cannot be underemphasized. So anyway, but let me know your thoughts on this if you bother reading the whole thing. But yeah, it's technically 3 steps. I mean, like technically, as far as I can tell anyway. I don't know. I haven't really. Well, I've tried to apply it to myself, and it seems to be helping, but I probably should apply it more to really see if it's effective. That is what I should do. But yeah, so there's the formula. Oh yeah, is there any way for me to like download it here or something? I guess not. I can save it, but I can't download it. That's okay. All right. So wait, unless I hit share, maybe. No, never mind. All right. Well, yeah, there's just 2. Which I wrote on a whiteboard. All right, so that's it. I want to end this video now, or here in a minute. Yeah, Kit, if you're watching, probably you're not, but you're probably not, but who knows? I'm down to make a video. Email me or just reply to me on Instagram, or email me. Doesn't really matter. Or leave a comment on one of my videos, like on this video. You know, doesn't really matter. Any of them would work, or find me on Facebook. I don't know. Like, take your pick. I mean, it's up to you. But yeah, I'd love to make a video with you, or it could just be like literally, I guess not Skype, but like, well, Facebook video chat. Me and Nick Miller. That's how we first started talking to each other. We didn't record it, but that was our first few conversations were there. So yeah, that was cool. But yeah, we could do that. I mean, that's just an idea. If you want to, I mean, I'm down. So anyway, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. I'm friggin' spinning this thing. It's this little mic stand. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you watched it all the way to the end, you're freaking awesome. Look at you. Look at you. No, seriously though, 44 minutes. Like, a lot of people can't watch a video that long. all the way to the end. But yeah. So thank y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. God bless, and I don't know. Peace, I guess. Peace. All right. Bye.